Hello guys, this is Ikewolf and today I'll try to do a complete any percent tutorial. So what I'll do is I'll go through the game and like I did for the last one, which is not up to date at all, I'll just stop in the places where it's not clear. So I'll link my PB in the description. You can just try to do everything I do. There is some very obvious stuff, but I'll stop this tutorial on things that are not obvious just looking at the run. So yeah, in this route, what you need to know is you need to be careful about EXP. I'm picking up very specific amount of EXP, but there is not really any big level ups you need to do in this route. So the EXP is not that bad, as you just need to have enough basically for the end. So yeah, now that's said, I think we can go. So the first trick there, oh yeah, what I forgot to say is I'll be explaining all the inputs for mouse and keyboard users. So if you wanna play on controller, you should ask someone else. I'll link, I guess I'll do that. Yeah, if you want a link to the Discord to ask questions about any runners of this game, just PM me on X on Twitter or on YouTube and I'll give you the link. So yeah, I think you're good to go. The first trick that's not obvious at all, it's the menu skip at the right beginning. So if you do that the normal way, what you'll have to do is click, then wait about 3 seconds, and then you can skip the prologue. That's kind of slow. What I do is I basically glitch the menu by having, first thing you wanna know is having the mouse right there, somewhere between empty slot and the top of that thing. You put your mouse right there, don't move it. And what you wanna do is escape plus spacebar. If you press those two inputs at the exact same time, at the exact same frame, the game will try to go in the menu and launch the game at the same time. And what that does is you will have a brief moment to click on the option menu while the game is going. So what you do is escape plus spacebar, then left click right after. There, you're in the menu. At this point, you have to double right click to leave the menu. But while you do those right clicks, you cannot move the mouse, otherwise it will select something and you'll have to do like 3 or 4 right clicks. So what I do is, wait, let me go on the menu again. So put the mouse right there, escape plus spacebar, left click right after, then I move the mouse until like there, double right click and then left click. It will come to that menu and then I left click to skip the prologue. That's a faster way to skip the prologue. So now doing it, that's what it looks like. And it saves about 2 seconds. The next thing you wanna know about this run is you have the UI right there. You can hide it by doing Alt plus U. It hides it. And when you have the UI that's hidden, you will skip all of the text boxes and everything. So most of the time what you want to do is to leave the, once you're used to the game and to the route, it's better to just hide the UI. It just keeps all of the text and you don't have to mash. It gains a lot of time. Also, the next thing you wanna know is jumping is slightly faster than running. You gain like 1 frame every jump, so it's about 1 second every 60 jumps. It's really not a big deal, but since it's not hard to do at all, just jump all the time. Okay, next thing is when you attack, if you spam the attack, it will actually be slower than if you time it. It's a timing to take, but basically, if you time your attacks like that, there will be no delay between each attack, and it can save a little bit of time, only if you do it correctly though. So yeah, it's a thing to take. So if you got the right XP, you should be about to level up at this point. And when you get down and you bop on this flower, you will level up and it will destroy all of that. So it's fast and convenient. And I just died, beautiful. So here we are, the first save glitch. So save glitching is a way that if you save during a cutscene and then reload the file, you will skip the cutscene or being able to move during it. There is two ways of saving in this game. There is the way that you can either rekindle the save, which is the first ability of the green tree, I think. Wait, let me check. Yeah, I cannot check, but if you have rekindle, I'll show that later by the way, so if you have rekindle, you can rekindle the save during a cutscene and it will skip it. The other way, which is the way I'm about to do now, is to up an ability. If you up an ability during in this game, it saves the game. It's also something very useful for the save anywhere glitch that I use at the very end of the run, but I'll come on that at the end. So yeah, basically what you do is you come down the tree, you save, and then you do the cutscene, press left click, and then tap E again. At this point you are in the ability tree, and if you up any ability, it will save the game. In this case, we take the magnet one, and at this point the game is saved. So what you do is you just leave the file, then reload the file, and you can move during the cutscene. And what I do during this cutscene is go and take the energy cell which is up there. So if you go there is no more energy cell. It's because I picked up while the cutscene was playing. So here we have at Fog Walk, and there is a couple things you need to know for Fog Walk. At this point you need to check your XP. So I'm at a little more than half, that's what I want. At this point I know I don't have to get any more EXP. If I'm less than half, if I'm exactly at half, it should work as well, it's fine. If you're less than half though, if you're less than half, you need to take some extra XP, and I'll show the spot to take that extra XP later on. So for fog walking, you just take that with you, and the first art thing is coming up right now. To make this fog go up, down there, and not jump on the things, you'll see what I mean very fast. If you jump on, by the way, the slimy XP, you need to take that XP. Doesn't matter if you have less than half or less, doesn't matter, just take that XP. And basically the funky needs to come here, jump down there, and then continue on that way. Doesn't, if you do it wrong, it will jump down there and then jump up those things, and it will get stuck forever. So what you need to do for it to go your way you want it, it's to make it go on this spot. When it jumps on you there, just run, just jump there and keep running. If you run far enough, it will do a small jump instead of a big jump. And that's the secret to go through that thing. So I'll show you how it goes. So take the funky with you. Then when you jump on this spot, just run as far as you can. And at this point it did a small jump. If you don't run far enough away from the funky, it will do a large jump and it will get up on those things, and you don't want that. So the next thing you wanna know is those spikes right there. It kills the funky, so you don't want this to happen. To not make this happen, what you need to do is when it gets there, with the funky, just stay at this spot. You know, there is a little dark thing there. It's easy to see. Just go on this spot, then wait until it jumps 2 times into the pit, and in the middle of the second jump, just run as far as you can. It should jump a third time right there and then jump over the spikes. And try to show you that right now. Where are you, Funky? Disappeared, eh? So stand at the spot, wait, and now run. And it should work. By the way, this is the spikes that you should take if you don't have enough EXP. So if you were below half EXP before going into the fog walk, just take 1 or 2 spines. It should give you the EXP you need. So here we are at the end of the fog walk, and if you have the right amount of EXP, you should be able to do this. So what you need to do is just kill the fungi when it's at the top of his jump, then stand at the spot, put the 2 energies in the door, keep spamming the thing so it stays in there, and then when you pick up the XP thanks to the magnet ability, you will gain those 2 energy cells again. So I'll enable the UI so you can see what's happening there. So make the fog jump. Yeah, just make it low HP. Kill it, pull the 2 things, and then you can complete the door again. And now you're past that. If you're lucky, you can get a save point there. If you're not, then you'll have to try this again and again until you did this. You can do this. And at this point you have only 3 health here, so you need to be very fast and careful on all this part coming up. Okay, here we are at the left go to skip. So you shouldn't be able to go up directly that way with only double jump. You should go left and do all the stuff right there. But what we do is we just skip all these things. So to do this, you need to go on that wall, then wall jump at this spot right there. And if you jump at the very specific spot, it will give you a lot of speed for some reason. And when you have this speed, just hold left. So jump, wall jump, hold left, and then double jump with right. So jump, wall jump, hold left, and then double jump and hold right. It should look like that. Not like that. And it will be very obvious when you get the speed you need to go up there. Once again. Left, right, double jump. Okay, next thing is the save glitch with the Kindle ability. There is a cutscene that pops there. What you do is you go just like at this spot, basically you save, then you go into the cutscene and rekindle the save. And you just reload the save at this point and you skip the cutscene. Now we are at bash, and there is an important thing you need to know about bashing. There is a glitch called I don't know if it's really a glitch, but it's a glitch called bash colliding. So basically it lets you keep your initial bash speed all the way until you hit something, and it works with feather too, which is very convenient. And basically how it works is, if you after bashing you hold nothing or do not hold position or in my case for some reason I hold left and right at the same time, which is exactly the same thing, but if you hold nothing you will keep your speed until you hit anything. You can jump until you while you're doing that also. And as long as you don't hit something and keep your neutral position, you will keep the speed. So this is by holding right only. Get at this point somewhat. And this is by holding nothing. I go way further, and it will be more obvious when I have feather, but I'm using that all the time, so you guys better know how I'm going that fast with bashing. Here we are at the Jin's OOB. So the reason we are doing that is because there is no way of going back the normal way. There's a bunch of spiky things and portals, you just can't go back the normal way. So we need to do this OB. To do this OB, it's not that hard. You have to stand right there at the edge of that thing, then jump as high as you can. Keep the jumps, the spacebar pushed. Jump as high as you can, that's the first step. Then, when you're as high as you can, double jump and hold right. So, jump, double jump, and when you double jump, you should hold right. And it should, if you do it correctly, it will make you go through the thing, and then you go out of bounds. And once you're out of bounds, when the screen changes, double jump again and hold left, because when you go through a portal, the double jump resets, so you can jump again out of bounds. And if you do that when the screen changes, when you double jump again by holding left, you will normally come back into another portal, so that's what it looks like. Not like that. Screen changes, hold left, and then double jump again. I did it a little too late there. Damn it. And you should get in this portal. You'll go like 2 or 3 times into the portal, but you should be able to come back there. So now we're on our way to the first save anywhere glitch. And to do that you need 1 energy, so since you picked up already 4 energy for the door, just be careful to take that energy. Just go, take the keys. Open the door, and then we'll do the first save anywhere glitch. It works the same way as we did the menu skip at the very beginning. So save anywhere, tap E, open the menu, and to open the menu you have to have the UI on, so you have to be sure it's on. Left click on that, you'll have this menu, and at this point press escape and spacebar at the same time. And if you did this right, you should be able to move with the menu. The thing that's not very convenient about that is you will control the menu and Ori at the same time. And what you don't want to do is up an ability. And if you press spacebar, which also allows to jump while being on the ability you can up, it will up the ability and save the game, and then rip everything. You don't want that to happen. So the way I do to avoid that is just to keep the mouse on the last ability there. Keep this there by moving the mouse, and you can just move around as you like, it will stay on that. So just come here, and as I said, upping an ability will save the game, so wait for Ori to stop, then save, and you skip the cutscene. So here we are at the first time you'll have to double bash, and it's not easy to understand, it's just hard to execute. How double bash works is basically you bash 1 time, it will get the projectile to go one way and Ori the opposite way. But if you frame perfect bash right after, by frame perfect you have 1 frame to do it. So always bash again, and you'll be able to go in whatever direction you want. Most of the case it's to follow the projectile. And there is some ways to do it. To do the skip that's coming up, and to master double bash you can just use those spider thingies, just stay there, try to double bash, failed, again from the same projectile, and you can just go any direction you want once you've double bashed. So yeah, just train that. And then there is that cutscene skip, or not the cutscene skip, but the Stomp skip. We don't have Stomp at this point, so you need to break the rocks in any way. The easy way is to just go there Once you've passed the line of the cutscene, just watch the cutscene and then go back and do the trick. That's the easy way. I'll explain the hard way later on. So there is the line right there. That's where you have the cutscene trigger. And once you've watched the cutscene, you can just go there. And that's the easy way to do it. So watch the cutscene, go back, take one projectile. And then aim to be right very close to that. And that should break the rocks. There is a tiny spot where you can do that, so it needs to be pretty precise. Okay, the hard way of doing this is by doing this while the cutscene is still there. And why it's hard, it's because once you're in the cutscene you cannot move or jump, you can only bash, so you have to get in position by only bashing, and that's the hard part. It looks like that. And while you're falling down, the feather's falling down, you can move to the left. You can or steps, and you can just count six steps, and you'll get right under the feather when it falls down. Now you're at the point where it becomes insanely hard. There is nothing you don't know for this. It's just art and execution. It's called thorough pass. So basically it's just a bunch of double bashes and board manipulation. It's not easy. It takes practice, but at some point you'll get it. Oh yeah. If I don't fail my double bashes, it will be easier as well. Yeah. Sure. This is the hardest part of the run, so I'll go through it while explaining. Just take the fog with you there. Take his projectile, double bash of it. And then you need to bash glide up the laser. That will not work. Like that. So basically just double bash, take the projectile again, and then you go like that by bash gliding up the laser. As I explained when I got bash gliding, you can go back there if you don't remember. And here we are at the hardest part probably. So let me explain this. You need to take the rock with you up there, but you also need a fog. So what you do is take the rock, double bash while hitting the laser to get up with the rock, then get the fog out of the way, but you don't want to kill the fog. If you kill the fog, you won't get it anymore and you need it for later on. So take the fog with you, get the fog out of the way, put the rock on this and then save. But the hard thing is, once you double bash when the fog is in the laser, you will lose collision with the rock for some reason. So what I do is double bash of the rock and then bash again 1 or 2 times to be sure I have the collision with the rock again. So let me try to do this. And that's a fail. You have to be sure to save before it breaks the thing, otherwise it's not impossible to save that, but it's hard, so yeah, be sure just to save before it breaks the thing. And now you just take the frog with you, put it down there, take it as it breaks the thing. It's a little timing, it's very not hard to have. Take it up there, let it down, take the frog with you, the orc with you. Take the frog again. And take the happy little orc through those happy little lasers. And you're up there. If you did everything right, you should have at this point 5 health and 5 EXP minimum. You can have more, it doesn't matter, it's just lower I guess. But at this point you need at least 5 and 5 EXP, 5 levels of and 5 health. And this is where the run gets madness. So what's happening there is there is an invisible wall on the right, and after the invisible wall there is a dead zone if you go high enough. And what we want to do there is to pass up the invisible wall and then through the dead zone. And how do we do that? It's by the save anywhere glitch. So open the menu, click on that, save anywhere, space plus escape once again. Boom, you're in the menu, you can move. Now the thing is, you need to bash off the rock and get much high. And if you right click while being in the menu, you will quit the menu, so you cannot bash while using right click. You need to use C to bash while on the menu. And yeah, just use C to bash, and the way you go up with the rock is just stay under the rock. When you bash off it, feather and then double jump, and if you repeat that enough you'll gain high little by little. So just put your mouse on that ability, go around, put it down so it doesn't go there. If it goes there it can easily go there and up the ability you don't want. Like I said, if you press spacebar on these things, it will just level up the ability, and you don't want that to happen. So let me just duplicate that save because I might fail. There, fuck, I said save. So yeah, save glitch, save anywhere glitch. Get the mouse on the thing, go around, and then use C to bash. Jump, use feather and double jump to get high and higher. And when you're higher than the ability tree, you're high enough. So there, I'm soon high enough. And when you're high enough, just bash to the right, bash glide, feather, jump. And then when you pass the black cloud, like right there, save. If you didn't see the clue for that, just go again to the video and watch when I save. It's quite easy to see. And if you did it right, you should have that black screen. It means you're in the dead zone, but since you saved, you will keep respawning into the dead zone. And when you respawn, you cannot get killed in the following second. So you're actually being invincible in the dead zone. And what we'll do is save 2 or 3 times to get past the dead zone by just using the fact that you're invincible after saving for a while. So just try to time the second save. By the way, you don't need to hold Feather anymore at this point. Just let Feather go. You have all the time you need. If you got this, you're so close to the end. So yeah, just let Ori respawn forever and try to time it so you save again when it's like really close to the end spot. Right there. Now it's falling even faster, and do it again. And at this point, hold Feather, go to the right, and you should get to Oru. But at this point, you don't want to close the ability tree, and you have to be careful once again to not up any ability at this point. So once again use C to bash and do not go on those things while moving, it's dangerous. Wow. You can die, there is no problem, you can just try as much as you want, as long as you don't leave the menu. That's the important part, because you cannot get in the menu again if you don't have a spot to save. And we don't have a spot to save there. Also, the water is poisoned at the end, and we don't have enough health to get through it. So to get through it, we have to use a 7 work glitch again. As soon as you die, you save again. I'm dead, saving. And I did it a little too soon, so I'll have to save again and waste my second ability point. And at this point I have 0 ability point, and there is no point on leaving the menu open. You can finish the game at this point. If you got past the water, you can finish the game. There is another save glitch I do at the end of my run though. If you do that better, you still have 1 ability point at this point, and you can skip a little bit of the last cutscene. So you are still the menu open, and when Ori goes down, when it's really close to go out of screen, save again, and then you can skip, reload the file, and it will skip like 20 seconds of cutscene. There is a clue like under that tree, you see right there. When Ori gets past that tree, you can save, and then it will skip a little bit of the cutscene, because if you don't save at this point, you just watch cutscene, or he's being it's so hard to wake up. But yeah, you can just go and watch this on my PB. I did it better on my PB. I used only 1 ability to get out of the water. And yeah, at this point you finish the game. Don't forget to use batch gliding everywhere, especially for the last out of bounds. But yeah, I think this is it, so thank you for watching guys, and if you have any question, again, just ask me on Twitter. I'll probably give you the link for the Discord, and then you'll be able to chat with me, or any runner that is there at the moment. So yeah, this is the end of the game, and thank you for watching guys. See you next time on my Twitch, I guess.